Greetings, friends, and welcome to Thursday of the fourth week of Lent. We are reading from the book of Exodus, chapter 34, 7 to 14, Psalm 106, and John chapter 5, 31 to 47, on the theme, You When Others Fail. According to Soren Kierkegaard, the function of prayer is not to influence God, but rather to change the nature of the man or the one who prays. Pushing further his teaching on the divine affinity, his divine affinity with God the Father, Jesus outlines the things and persons or entities that bear witness to him. And in his list, he has John the Baptist. He has his miracles or works he has realized. He has God the Father himself, he has the sacred scriptures, and he has Moses as people or things that bear witness to him on his authenticity and his affinity to divine nature. If anyone benefits from any of the above and still finds it difficult to accept Jesus, the person will not have life in him. Having benefited from these points of witness, these entities of witness, without discovering the person of Jesus, implies that the love of God is not in you. When God sent Moses to Israel, it was a mission inspired by the love of a father to his children in agony. Therefore, if after all said and done by Yahweh through love, could not build this reciprocal love in the hearts of the Israelites, it could be best expressed or explained in the words of the prophet Isaiah when he says, "And the Lord said, because these people draw near with their mouth and honor me with their lips, while their hearts are far from me, and their fear of me is a commandment taught by men." So men tell them how to approach God, according to Isaiah 29, verse 13. For the first reason, this idea was evident. Israel remained relatively faithful as long as they benefited from God, and as long as he acted, that is, God acted according to their desires. A little delay, as we can see in the first reading today, a little delay was given to the absence, a little delay given by the absence of Moses when he went to see God on the mountain. And what happened? Israel sought an idol as God. And that was a disappointment that God expressed because of their actions. Israel abandoned God and went for idol worship. But thanks to Moses, I say thanks to Moses because he is a man who knew why he was called and for what reason he was called. To lead Israel out of bondage and into the promised land, and not to be made another nation at the detriment of Israel. And because of this, he interceded for Israel until he won Yahweh's heart in favor of the unfaithful Israel. Now, in our own time, it appears a little bit difficult to see somebody, as they said, that is being given a chance to shine, to shake hand with progress, to shake hand with promotion. And he said no. Moses knew why he was called. The validity and authenticity of Moses will depend on the fact that he accomplished why he was called. And why was he called? Pull Israel out from bondage of Egypt, send Israel to the promised land. That is all. That is where he will benefit from God's blessings. That is where he will answer his name. Moses was not called to be the king. Moses was not called to be the priest. Moses was not called to be another nation at the detriment of Israel. His job is save them from captivity, lead them to the promised land. So whenever we lose sight of what and why we are called, we can go into the cloud or the crowd mentality and we lose focus. And that was the problem that Moses will get into later. But then that is not a topic for today. Now, given our topic when we say you when others fail. Now, if you are given the option to be made a favorite of God at the expense of the entire community, if you are chosen as the only good man in the town while others are mapped out for destruction, will you have the thought of interceding on their behalf? Or will you call a feast to celebrate your victory, to celebrate your promotion? God has promoted me. This is a point that is so difficult to accept, where they will probably we see it as God is standing you out, making you stand out, because He's dismissing, disqualifying others to choose you. It depends on how you see it. When your colleagues lose their jobs, you know that they have families to feed. You know that they have responsibility to accomplish. When they lose their job, when your classmates, when your fellow students fail in exams, when you are given the option of giving out some important pieces of information about other people so that you will have some benefits, how do you go about it? They fail this exam because for you they are not intelligent. They lose their job because it's not their chance. But let us forget why they lose their job, why they failed the examination. Look at how do you feel seeing them leaving the job, seeing them failing the exams, and you being the only. It is a cause for celebration, but how do you feel for them? That is our important question. You, when others fail. When bad news befall your so-called enemies, if at all they exist for you, your rivals and competitors, when they are disqualified, how do you feel it? Happy? As the favored? As the blessed? In case you be the one, how will you want them to feel? Think of the day you'll be the one to be expelled. Think of the day you'll be the one to lose your job. Think of the day you'll be the one that will be begging. I have family to feed. How you will feel. Think that it is how others will feel while you are the chosen one. And that will make you be a balanced intercessor in the affairs of men. According to Franz Kalka, the mediation by the serpent was necessary. The mediation by serpent was necessary for God to know who Adam was, why Adam was obeying. Adam was obeying because he thought he was ignorant. Eve thought that they were ignorant until a proposition was made, a proposal was made that ye are going to be equal to God. And that was an important point. And he failed. Evil can seduce man, but cannot become man. According to Franz Kalka, you, where and well others fail. May God help us.